Okay, I checked my capacitors. These ones back in here, I snipped them out. What I do is I put them on electrolytic for a while, put a little extra oomph through them, and I come back and check it, but they're fine. So I will take this down and disconnect them. I have 3 of them. They go to, I put this red one on here because it's very deep in there. I couldn't do it quick enough. This one's just to this common negative of the radio. This and this I think is probably infinity. I never checked it, so I wouldn't mind trying to get a 0 to 10 picofarads and hook in there and see if I could get like a band spread or a fine tuning. So anyways, this is the capacitors in here are those 2 dominoes. I will just resolder them together like this. I will work those together and solder them. They will, and the one down below it, there's going to be no problem there. It's not like I'm going to be prying on them. I thought there was a little one down here, but I guess not. I thought there was a mica. I think I might have seen that one, because both of these are bigger. I think this is a little less picofarads than that one. I thought there was another one in here, but I guess not. But anyways, I think those are real similar to these kind of capacitors. This is out of a Fender silver face. They last forever. These things were really bad. These kind of capacitors, really bad. This is the new resistor I'm putting inside of this thing, instead of that 143 ohms or whatever. This is just stuff. So this is just stuff. See, that's what I think is these big ones. These domino ones, the large ones, I think are paper capacitors, I think. But if you get the silver or mica ones, they're the smaller ones, I think. So this one here, you can see it's you can see up here it's not very well, you can see right here how bad they are at clamping that in there and their accuracy. This one here too. This one here never came apart. These are out of an oscilloscope or a TV. So we got this one. This is part of that one. You can see how badly they put these things in these containers. That is poor workmanship there. You can see that angles way up there. Wire angles that way. Boy. You can tell these are just designed for short life. I still don't remember what that was, a capacitor. So there's the rubber thing. So this is going to go in there. I will move on. These things really, really are bad. I got to pop one open. See if I can get something there. I don't want to damage it. See if I can pop it somehow. These just peeled open real easy. They were already separating. So I'll move on here. They're not from this. They're from, these things are from RF generator. One of those, what are they called? Superior Instrument Company ones. To see if I can read this. Okay, I can there. So I have white to the minus. I'll call it neutral, so I use white. And then I'll just check here and see if I still get that voltage. And then I'll stick that resistor in wherever it's at. So I didn't solder in those domino capacitors yet, so I'll just give her a smidge here. Whoops, that way. So we'll just hook up here and see what gives. I'm at a 200 volt scale, so it's saying 113 volts. So I'm still got the same. And that also supplies for the filaments, so I'm going to replace that one right now. With that one. Okay, I'll turn it back on here and see what I'll get. Here's the one I took out. And I have to bend it over a little bit there and solder it. I just have it kind of pushed in there. So that, I bent that up. I'll have to put that back down. And this capacitor here is on pin 898. And I scraped that and used that for my own place to solder this in. I don't remember exactly what I did, but so the ones for this ballast is 2 and 987, 2 and 7 on here. Just remember the filaments on octo tubes, it's 2 and 7. And this thing here is on 8. I did that. I don't remember what it's about. I don't remember where it's going to right now. I think, I'm not sure. I'll have to. It's been a while. It's been another week or so since I turned this on the last time. So, okay, I'll turn it on and see what the voltage drop is here. Again, the domino capacitors are not connected, so I will sneak in here and see what we get. So we get 93 volts. That's quite a drop from, what was it, 142 volts. That went down to 94 volts. The 200 ohm. Well, I'll just leave that sit straight out like that, like a hornet stinger, and I will check it tonight, see how it works. I'll bend this back down. This one this is above level, so I have to bend it down. I'll flip it around and see how it works here on AM. I'll solder those two capacitors back in. Okay. This one's on. Back on. And this one's back on. I cleaned it with lighter fluid before I snipped it, so I didn't have to do a massive, hard, impossible cleaning situation. That top domino is further away from here because I kind of pushed it and it went too far. I tried pushing it back, but I might have to take and bend that with the pliers if I want it closer to that coil, but I think I'll leave it that way. This thing here looks like it's got dirt on it. It's not really. Just silver. I just soldered it. So they both check good. I think I did all right testing them. I left them on for electrolytic for about 15 minutes, then put it to paper, mica and stuff, and it checked okay. Both of them did. I'll turn it on now. I have to plug it in. And my plug, I do have it. Well, I was going to run a test on that. Neutral towards minus in here. So if you shut that switch off, hot don't swing around. like on the 5-tube radios, or a power transformer swings around. And I have that in another situation I'm going to be working on. I can't remember what it was. Swings around like that. I don't remember what the item was. Anyways, this is Orange Beginner's Corner. This is March 23rd. So I do have the proper tube in. Okay, I'll see if I can pull this off here. So I have it hooked up to the common negative in here. I'll hook it to this one that I put the white on. It should show. This thing's about a half a ohm off, so it should. Okay, hooking up with my neutral, it looks like I have nothing. Okay, hooking up to my hot. Let's see what I got. Oh my goodness, it's almost impossible to do. It looks, again, let me get a little better. Open. So this must disconnect both positive and negative. Okay, I get it. Okay, let's, our AC, whatever the hell it's doing. I don't know what the hell it's doing. I got a clothespin holding that. Okay, if I could do this a little better, I would. Okay, here's on neutral. So it's off about a half a ohm usually, because it kind of pisses me off when I want to work with low ohm resistors or speaker windings or something. So it's on neutral. Oops. Okay, so that's hooked up to the negative of the electrolytics and all the can of this, the electrolytic can. It's the main minus neutral. Everything, all cans. Move to that. Here's, oh, that's that kind. We'll go on to the hot side. Now I should read more. Infinity. So that's what I like to have, is this neutral towards my negative, and then that other capacitor that goes to chassis ground, I think, is this. This one goes to chassis, which is this, and then to the minus. So if this is a guitar amp and you're jamming or something, you want to reach over, if you're jamming in your dining room and you want to go out to your kitchen and get some cold water, and you're holding the A chord, and you reach over and turn the faucet on the cold water, true cold water earth ground, you ain't going to get zapped. You're going to get zapped if it's wrong, but you'll have this capacitor taking the amperage out. You'll still get your 117 back in those days, but it's going to be lightened up because of that. You won't get the full Fletcher anyways. But you still shouldn't drink water while you're playing a guitar. That's a lesson learned. Probably by somebody. So I'll turn it on. Maybe. Okay, it's back on. This 5-watt resistor gets pretty hot though. Should be a 10-watt resistor. And it probably, what was the original ohms? The original ohms was, I got 142 ohms. So let's see if I can surf this down in here. I can't watch through the viewfinder. I have to brace my finger on my chassis and wander it in. And if it snaps, then I obviously made a mistake. Uh-oh. My thing beeped. I'm on ohms. I'm sure glad I don't use the analog stuff. That would have been bad. If I would have used my, well, probably not my VTVM, but my dad's old volt ohmmeter, I probably would have. So we're there at the left side of that 5-watt 200 ohms, and we're creating nothing. Shut it off apparently. Okay, she's back on. I learned not to straighten them tips, they break. So I got 94.5 volts. I'll shut it off and just flip it around and try it again. We can do phono. I'll crank it up the volume. We got phono. I'll spin it around here. Back on. So this is this one. So what I just did is I increased the value of this to 200 ohms at 5 watts. That was 3 watts. And that other watt resistor, I don't know, that's this one. Look at that, 93 volts there I got. This was supposed to be 142, so that must have really kicked that one down too. So if that was 142 ohms, I put 200. I don't know if I can get anything in between at 10 watts. I don't think so. Or even 5 watts. I don't think so.
Yeah, the largest selection of V6, a feature.
It'll be easier on the filaments because if you're putting, it's supposed to be operated at 117 volts, 17 volts. Excuse me. And it went up to 100. What did I get? 123.
Josh 23, verse 11. Take good heed, therefore, unto yourselves, that ye love the Lord.
Nice be kind to the filaments. I do have some big ass 10 watt resistors of odd values for stuff I built. So let's try one up here and see if I can get anything on shortwave. I don't have an antenna hooked up to that. I'll hook one up. Okay, I got my that's AM. That's one up. Whoops. We start at the end. This thing's kind of grabby. I could have got an RF generator out and put it near the wire, antenna wire, I guess. I'll find out tonight if it picks up Nashville, Tennessee. There's a little something. I'm 3 up. 1, 2, 3. 16 meters.
No fim de semana em Moçambique.
It works better than before. So if you get the filament volts too high, they'll leak out.
As autoridades angolanas mantêm um silêncio sobre acusações de grupo.
I don't think I ever got anything on 16 meters, but I don't know. So the next one is, I can't see my stop buttons in the way. Okay, right here, I will push this. This will be 1, 2, 3 down. 3 down, which is 19 meters. 19 meters. 25 meters. See, some of these I never got nothing on, so maybe that 200 ohm is gonna work in my favor. But I think I have to get a 10 watt one. I might try to get a 175 ohm resistor too. I'll try the top one. Maybe I should measure the filament voltage. I'll see if I can. I'll flip it around. And I'll put it on a... What was that strong one? Yeah, I'll flip it around and get the filament from negative to one of the tubes if I can have access to it. I don't remember the numbers here. I think it's the end ones, 1 and 7. So one is usually the negatives. 1 and 5. 1 and 5, I don't have it marked. So the 1S5, that's not in this unit. So the 1L6 pin would be pin number 1. 1 and 7. Oh, yeah, I got one. Okay, paying attention. I'll flip it back on. So I should only get 1.5 volts. I just picked a tube by random, what I could see 1 and 7. So I'm hooked up to 1 and 7 here. May not look like it, but it is. So we'll just hurry up and, oh, I have to plug it in. I'm not sure if I have antenna. Wish it wasn't so grabby.
En cuanto a las noticias que hacen titulares a esta hora de la tarde, el secretario
de Estado 1.2 volts.
Ha dicho este jueves que la administración no tiene planes para remover a Cuba de la lista de países patrocinadores del terrorismo. No estamos pensando remover al país.
And the 3V4 should have 3 volts, I would imagine. I'll look for AC in here. No AC. I think there's 1.2 volt filaments, I think. So let's... Okay, let's check these. I know that sucker's hot. It's pretty hot. This one's way colder than what it used to be. It's hot. I have to move away from calluses on my fingers to get a proper... This is hotter. 1.2 volts. I think this is accurate on the DC. So I'll leave it like that and give it better filament life. These ones I'm not changing. This one I took out one time and measured it or tested it. This one here, I don't know if I tested it or not. This one here, I think I tested this plate capacitor. That's off the plate, a plate of the stage before the 3V4, I think, or maybe it's this one. And this little capacitor down there, I don't know what it's for. Where'd it go? Right down here. I'm not sure what that went to. It's going from Negative, okay, it's going to that sand resistor. And the negative, I use pin number 98 for a ground for the can of the capacitor. And then it goes to the next one. My red wire goes to the capacitor, my sleeve. So that's what I did. I couldn't remember. So 987, 2 and 7 are the ballast filament, and 8 is a no open connection, no connection. And that little capacitor down there is the one from minus to chassis. And I do hook my stuff up properly. Neutral to neutral. This side's hot. So that's, I don't use those. I don't use one of those transformers. I never have in my life. 1-to-1 transformers or whatever they're called. So this is it. This is March 23rd of 2023. Orange Beginner's Corner. I think that's it on this one. I'll temperature check this one more time. I'll shut it off. I never got all these other channels. I want to check this one. Use my thumb. So that's not bad. I'm going to leave that in there. It's not bad. I think it's cooler than before. That's hot. I mean, new finger. I can go back to this one. So this one, I still think that one's hotter than this one. No, I don't. Change my mind. Now this one's hotter, unless if it's just rising. The heat is rising out of it. So this is it. I'm not checking any resistors, especially like that 10 meg and 1 meg and 4.7 meg. I'm not testing any of those because 2.2 meg, 4.7 meg, and I'm not testing them. There's like another high meg one somewhere on the audio control grid of the. That might be something else I'm working on. Oh yeah, I know what the radio. I know what the radio is. I remember now. It's something I'm going to be pissing around with to see if I can do an AM alignment with it. That's it on this one. The capacitor's staying in, and that's it. I'm not going to do any more to it. I might twist those things off, then I might not. I want to get it back in its box so I can go through it and use it and see. You know, if I lower that value, I might get a little more audio output, but I don't care. It goes to hell anyways. That speaker needs to be reconed. It breaks up, unless if it's the 3V4, but so that's it. Signing off. This is how much snow we got.